Peace.
Peace.
This is Joshua Miller Law, Mr. PhD. You're just now entering the cipher called Real2reel360. K-Wise.
Peace, God.
Bring that beat in, kid.
Indeed.
Peace.
Yeah. What's going on, party people? Welcome to the Real2reel360 show. Let's get it in. We do the knowledge of wisdom so you can understand. Real2reel360 shows in full command. We changing the game for how it all was taught. From bondage to freedom to an independent thought. Yo, the show is here to bring about a change for real. To lighten everyone so we all know the deal. 360 degrees is a fact. We created the show to give our love back to our communities so we can know what's going on and give them the support from knowledge to porn. So if you're ready to learn, then it's time to go. Sit back and relax and enjoy your show. Peace.
Peace and blessings to Allah Almighty, 5% nation of God's nurse to all the human families on the planet Earth. We bid you love, peace, and happiness. High salute. I am DJ K Wise Allah. Welcome, Real2reel360. We got a great one for you tonight, so let's get started. I ain't gonna hold nobody back because we got a lot to hear from this young man tonight. But let's bring on our co-host with the most so we can get it in where we fit in. Y'all know who he is. He needs no intro, but I gotta do it. Gotta pay homage. Let's go.
Am I the meanest?
Sure enough.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this time?
Sure enough.
But who am I?
Joshua Miller Law.
Who am I?
Joshua Miller Law.
I can't hear you.
Joshua Miller Law, Mr. PhD.
Peace, 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 peace to all our followers, likers, and subscribers. Peace to the mighty nation of gods and nerds. Want to shout out, may peace be upon the one and only lady of soul, Miss Pat. We lost a real one this week. So Southern Soul family, I know, you know what I'm saying, it's kind of hard to adjust, but we gonna move and we gonna do it just like the way she was doing it when she was here with us. So, but today we got this young man who is fire. You know what I'm saying? When I tell you he's fired, we're going to lock and load with him today. Man, listen, we're going to bring in Big Kutty in the building. And y'all don't blame me for the flyer. He had to shave that beard. Let's get it in here, Big Kutty. Let's go, baby.
What's happening? What's happening, fellas?
What's good? What's good?
The beard had to go, man. It had to go, man. I was outside a little earlier. It was 101, man. I said, woo. That's why I got my water here.
Okay. Hey, bro, can you tell people where you from and, you know what I'm saying, where did you start out in music at?
Okay, I'm from a small town outside. I live in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, but I'm from a small town about 20 minutes outside of Hattiesburg called Summerall, Mississippi. That's where I grew up at.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as the music, man, I've been doing some form of music since I was, as long as I can remember. You know, whether it was, I've been doing something dealing with music, period. Whether my first studio at my mama's house when I was 16, to other numerous studios I helped build, to my studio that I currently have in downtown Hattiesburg right now. So I've been doing music, some kind of shape, form, or fashion, engineering, mixing, producing, you know, for quite a while, man. And I've recorded some of your favorites. Southern Soul artists in this area.
Can you say where you're from again? Because I don't think my brother heard you.
Summerall, Mississippi. Summerall.
Mississippi.
Yes.
What you think about that, Kay?
You know what? Wait. This is all I'm gonna say to that. Right here. Salute.
Okay.
Salute. Sunshine, the singer's in the building. Deidre Richardson's in the building. But, you know.
Oh, man. Deidre. Go Giants, Deidre. Go Giants.
The thing is, I always have to explain to my brother how Southern Soul and Mississippi go hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? It goes hand in hand. I have to explain this all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We have to definitely let them know that Mississippi is part of the forefront of Southern Soul.
Not the forefront, brother. It's the birthplace.
The birth of, see what I'm saying? Rico C in the building.
It's been
Big in
declared.
the building. I can't pronounce that, man. SPE.
Yeah.
Badge. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, family? Man, say it again. The birthplace of what?
It's been documented, decreed, whatever else you want to do with it. It's planted here. You know.
I give it that. I never had an argument about that.
Yeah.
Oh, but I just make fun with them because this is just something that we just gonna do for the rest of the time we live in.
Okay.
And I want to make sure when Daryl Simmons get in here, because Daryl Simmons will be in here because Mississippi definitely falls in and represents.
Is he coming? He coming back?
He might be, you know, Daryl.
Oh,
but
I have to tell you something about that offline.
Okay. Big Kutty, can you tell us when did you actually start singing? Like start really getting into singing?
Well, first, like everybody else in church, I've officially been Big Kutty as an artist since January of this year. As an official artist. And it's been taken off ever since. You know,
with that, what is it about Southern Soul that really resonates with you as an artist that you wanted to choose to really be a part of that genre?
Well, basically, I believe in my heart that Southern Soul came out the church just like everything else. You know, it's always been there. It may have been laying dormant, you know, but it's always been there. And I believe timing is everything. And when it was time to do it, it was time to go.
And what was your very first song that you created in Southern Soul?
My very first song was a song I was playing around with called No Hair. No Hair.
No hair. Now, what was the message behind that? What was the idea about playing with, you know what I'm saying, that song that says, you know, I want to do no hair?
Okay. Well, when I set out to do Southern Soul, I said I was going to write from a perspective of, I enjoy a lot of the old blues, you know, Bobby Blue Bland, Denise LaSalle, Fred Taylor. And I try to write from that perspective of storytelling, but kind of comical at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And the song No Hair actually came from, I used to work at this place, which I say this in the song too. I used to work at this place. There was a lot of females that worked there, and they would come in with their hair done, their wigs done and everything, you know, looking good. But it was this old lady that was there in her 60s. You know, she getting ready to retire. She always came in with her hair slicked back and, you know, like a little ponytail, nothing special. And she used to always tell them girls, she said, in all my 60-something years, a man done asked me for a lot of things, but he ain't never asked me for no hair. And that's how that song came about.
I wish you could have sent that to us, man. I want to hear that one.
I'm trying to tell you, bro.
Yeah, it's on streaming sites, man. It's called No Hair.
Man, I tell you, that right there is hilarious right there. Yeah. Definitely one.
But yeah, that's how that song came about, man. I write songs from, you know, stuff I don't hear people say, especially the elders. I wrote 2 or 3 songs on my last project just based off of something my grandmother used to say, you know, just a phrase, and I built the whole song around it, you know. So that's where I try to write from.
Definitely. Hey, Kay, do we have one of his singles out right now?
Yeah, well, we do, but while we do. You know, I'm searching for that no hair.
Let's get into that single, man.
Well, let's get into it, man. We got Put On Some Blues.
Yes.
Let's put on some blues. Ladies and gentlemen.
Now, I was raised in the country where Sundays are real special. After going to church, you get something good to eat, hang out with your family and friends, and just be thankful. Yeah. Well, it's Sunday afternoon, and you done gave the Lord his due. Ain't been too long, took off your church clothes and shoes. Thankful that you made it through the week. You done got something good to eat. Got the pots and pans put up in the kitchen clean. Now everybody's sitting around without a thing to do. Well, I got a suggestion for you. How about we put on some blues? What about some Betty Wright? Put it on and we can dance all night. How about we put on some blues? What about some Johnny T? Any one of them is alright with me. Now the whole neighborhood is showing up. Yeah, it's a party going on over here. It's a party going on. Well, all your kinfolks round and everybody showing love. I said it's a party going on over here. And we was just sitting around without a thing to do. When I made a suggestion to you, how about we put on some blues? What about some Bobby Blue? It's members only at this here party too. How about we put on some blues? On the hill getting down to some ZZ. Any one of them is alright with me. How about we put on some blues? Some of that Uncle Pap, come on and fall through. Some of that Red Top, Master Key. Some of that JL, Big Truck Driver. And some of that Shelby, put it on. How about we put on some blues? What about some Betty Wright? Put it on and we can dance all night. How about we put on some blues? What about some Johnny T? Any one of them is alright with me. How about we put on some blues? What about some Bobby Blue? It's members only at this here party too. How about we put on some blues? On the hill getting down to some ZZ. Any one of them is alright with me. How about we put on some blues?
Yes, sir. How about
Man,
it?
I tell you, man, that right there is
Did I
fire.
paint a
That's
picture for
real
you?
smooth. Man,
Did I
that's
paint a
smooth.
picture?
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Especially on Sunday when you can't get that liquor. You might as well put on that blues.
Hey, we go to the bootleg man. Oh, we gonna get it now.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely gonna get it. Gonna have to hit the bootlegger.
Ja,
Huh?
you know I got it.
What's that? Oh,
You
you
know
found
I
it.
got it. Yes, sir. You know I found it. You know I found it, man.
Yes, sir.
So I can't wait. I can't wait. We got to hit it right now.
Let's go.
Let's get it.
Yeah. I was just thinking back one day going down memory lane. And I used to work at this place where all the girls would come in with their hair slayed. But it was this old lady that was there. This what she said.
I remember
And
this.
old woman
I remember
told
this.
me
Mm-hmm.
that a man ain't never asked her for no hair. An old woman told me that a man ain't never asked her for no hair. I just laughed, but she went a little further. She said, young man, listen, cause I'm telling you facts. All a man looking at is what you carrying in the bag. He might ask for a little this, a little that. He ain't worried about if it's gray, blonde, or black. She said, young man, listen, cause I'm telling you facts. All a man looking at is what you carrying in the bag. He might ask for a little this, a little that. He ain't worried about if it's gray, blonde, or black. No, I ain't saying that it don't look good on you. But a real man is looking at them goods on you. An old woman told me, well, that a man ain't never asked her for no hair. I'm just telling you what she told me. An old woman told me, yes she did, that a man ain't never asked her for no hair. Then she told me one more thing. She said a man don't care if it's human or synthetic, lace front or full lace. If it come from Love Me or Eunice, or you went to your homegirl. She said a man don't care if it's human or synthetic, lace front or full lace. If it come from Love Me or Eunice, or you went to your homegirl to get it made. No, I ain't saying that it don't look good on you, but a real man is looking at them goods on you. An old woman told me, yeah, that a man ain't never asked her for no hair. This a true story, a old lady told me. An old woman told me, yes she did, that a man ain't never asked her for no hair. And I ain't lying, this was a real conversation. An old woman told me, yes she did, that a man ain't never asked her for no hair. That's what a sweet old woman told me. An old woman told me, bless her soul, that a man ain't never asked her for no hair. Yeah, that's just what she told me, ladies. I ain't gonna lie, it look good on you, but for real, we don't mind. Whatever make you happy, baby, we with it. Your happiness is our happiness. Yeah, rock on.
Yeah, I remember that.
Boy, I told you.
Yeah.
Hey,
Shout out to Darryl.
Shout out to
Simmons in the
Macomb,
building.
Mississippi. Shout out to Darryl Simmons. Shout out to Shay Williams in the building. Appreciate you. Much love. Thank y'all for chiming in with us tonight on Real2reel360. We got our brother Big Kutty.
Big Kutty in the
building, Mississippi representing. You hear me?
Stand up.
Stand up. Hey, Dow, we had to let him know from the beginning, Dow. He started acting right now. He acting right now.
Cut. We ain't even gonna entertain this part right here.
JL Thomas.
When was you bit?
Big truck drive.
When was you bit by the bug, as far as you know, and to say this is what you wanted to do from the start?
I would say around 90, as far as music period.
Mm-hmm.
Go for it, either way.
I would say music period was around, I'm gonna say 92, 91, somewhere off in there. Mm-hmm. I remember we came up in a household with a lot of music, but I had cousins that listened to everything. Mm-hmm. So I can remember like yesterday, me, my brother, my cousin Mark, he's passed away now. It was me, Mark, and my brother riding in the back of a white, like a 1994 Escort. And he had NWA, Niggas for Life, playing.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest is history.
You know what I'm gathering, maybe, and maybe I'm wrong, but I'm gonna guess this right here. And y'all can coincide with this. For most of the time that I've heard coming out of a lot of the male singers of Mississippi,
mm-hmm.
when they talk about they past of singing, I get a visual. Now this is me. I get a visual like when they were in school, whether it be junior high school to high school. I'm gonna go like that. They used to sit around and everybody would talk and start singing around with each other, just having fun, like a musical cipher. And I picture that from Mississippi, and I could see how the birth of songs would just come out. Now, I mean, did some of that happen those times that you can tell me?
You are absolutely right. I was in the choir in high school and the quartet. So
and I was gonna say that a lot of singers out of Mississippi do come from quartet singing. Definitely a lot of gospel background. And then slipping off to the juke joints and whatnot like that. The hole in the walls. So yeah, it's a lot of that. I know coming from out of the Delta, that's the way it was out there.
Absolutely.
Now, also, I remember you would tell me they always would say back then, where it was a lot of competition. A
Mhm.
lot of competition of blues. Is that kind of similar to like it is nowadays in Mississippi?
I wouldn't say competition. Well, the reason I ain't gonna say competition because I'm fairly still new. Like I said, I've just been Big Kutty officially for 8 months now, so I'm still meeting a lot of people. Even though I've had a lot of Southern Soul singers around from this area come to record at my studio, like my cousin Lady Red Top, J.L. Thompson, B.J. Mood Swing, Kanisha Fairley. But I'm still meeting a lot of people. You know, like I just met Big Mel probably about a month and a half ago. And I'm just still meeting people. So I hadn't run into that side of competition yet. Which I don't pay attention to competition because I know what I'm capable of. I'm very confident in what I've been doing. You know, I've been doing music my whole life, so it's like second nature. I'm either at home with my kids. As soon as I put my kids on the bus at 7:30, I'm at my studio. By 7:45, 8 o'clock, I'm there till they get out home from school. You know, either I'm recording myself, somebody else is recording, and I'm just, you know, I show love to everybody, man.
Right.
You know, so
now, who were some of your musical influences coming up? Like, who was the artist that you know what I'm saying, looked up to and inspired you musically?
well, I got to break that down into different segments because in different periods in my life, I listen to different genres, you know. As far as when I first discovered music, of course, it was, you know, NWA, my favorite rap. I used to rap too. You know, I'm sure a lot of Southern Soul artists, young Southern Soul artists coming up in the game would tell you that they used to rap. That's probably pretty common. Y'all probably hear that all the time, huh?
Yeah, the transition from hip hop to Southern Soul, yeah.
But it was NWA, Tupac. My favorite rapper of all time is Notorious Big. If you go to early 2000s, y'all listen to a lot of R&B too, from the late 80s, early 90s, whether it was Babyface, Mariah Carey, Gerald Levert, of course, Bobby Brown, New Edition. I would say going into the early 2000s, it was more of early 2000. That's 50 Cent, David Banner. If you get to the late 2010s, T.I., pretty much when everybody in Atlanta started taking over everything, pretty much. But as far as Southern Soul, I used to ride around with my uncle in his 79 Lincoln. He had the 8-track in it.
Don't laugh. I had one myself now. Don't trust me. 79 was the last of the big body links.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he would ride me around with him, playing those 8 tracks, man. I remember ZZ Hill, Betty Wright, Johnny Taylor. You name it, he had it. If you name it, he had the 8-track. And that's all he listened to. And when I put my first Southern Soul album out back in April, and I actually finished it around the end of January. And he was the first person I let hear it, period. And you know, he gave me the green light on it, man, and it's been foot on the gas ever since. About a month and a half after he heard it, he passed away back in February. So
God condolences.
Yeah, appreciate it. But he had a big influence as far as, you know, I didn't know what I was listening to back then. I'm probably like 7, 8, 9 years old riding around listening to blues, you know, real blues, you know.
Right.
And I just think back to those times, man, and he definitely had an influence as far as putting that blues genre, blues bug in my ear, you know. Like I said, it may have been laying dormant all this time, but it's out now, baby.
Now, now when we talk about, of course, with Mississippi, you see that a lot of younger artists is starting to come out in Mississippi singing the blues and singing Southern Soul, what they call the blues now. And I personally, this is my personal opinion, it's because Mississippi has blues as a staple music. Like every area has a staple music. DC has go-go, Baltimore has house, Mississippi has blues,
Yeah.
New York has hip hop. So when you come to Mississippi on Saturdays or even all day long, you're gonna hear some blues on the radio at some point in time. You might hear some hip hop and some R&B, but you're definitely going to hear a blues artist being played.
Yes.
And as like Daryl Simmons was saying on here, is how has your rap experience helped you with your Southern Soul experience?
Well, storytelling. That helped me craft my storytelling. That's why I try to approach my songs, telling the story. Whether I put on some blues, I try to paint you a picture. No hair, I try to paint you a picture. I got a song called The Mirror. I don't know if I sent it to y'all or not, but that song came about one day. Me and my wife was getting ready to go somewhere, and she was taking so long. We was late, and I said, you always in that mirror. That's why we're late. And I wrote a song about that like the next day. But y'all gonna get a chance to hear that.
Right.
It's another song that I painted a picture of. But it's as far as the rap, I don't, like I said, I do some form of music every day. It's almost like shooting in the gym with COVID. Like I go in and it's almost like second nature now, no matter what genre I'm doing. It's just, I'm comfortable in the studio, like completely comfortable,
Now, you being a versatile artist as far as producing and having your own studio and writing and, music and being a entertainer, when did you start producing music and how did you learn how to produce?
Well, I started producing music at the age of 16, 10th grade, somewhere up in there. Just like everybody else, man, got the little 4-track recorder, whether it was, I don't know if it was a Fostex or a Tascam or whatever it is, but you can only record like up to 4 tracks. And I'm not musically trained. I don't have any music theory, but I know what sounds good and I know how to put sounds together. I just started, matter of fact, taking guitar lessons about 3 months ago because I really want to, when Big Kutty hit the stage, I want to do more than just stand up there and sing. You know what I mean? Right. So I'm actually taking guitar lessons right now. I'm in my 3rd month, and as far as I just know I know y'all familiar with Timberland, the producer.
Of course.
He don't play in the instruments. He's not music theory, but he probably done sold over 100 million records. He just love music that much. And when I do want a live sound, I got plenty of people I can call in to actually play. If I'm not doing my beats in what they call inside the box, doing everything on the computer. But sometimes, especially with the Southern Soul, you're gonna want like a more live, the touch souls, you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Just can't get that out of that electronic stuff all the time. You know what I mean?
That's right. Now, as a artist, what do you bring to the table for the music genre as a whole that will separate you and from anyone else?
Separation, I'll have to say my main thing would be songwriting. Because if you can connect the dots with a song and connect those dots with the listener, you're gonna win every time. I got a story like when I first met BJ Mood Swing. Y'all familiar with him, right?
Correct, I am.
I told him, I said, dude, I've been wanting to meet you forever. I said, I got something I need to tell you. And I told him, I said, dude, you are singing. Like you sing, all you got to do is open up your mouth I said, Big Kutty got a little thing that works for him. You know, it works, but you sang in circles around everybody. And he real humble cat, man, but it was the truth, you know. So I wouldn't say I got something that works for me, but I would say my real strong point is the songwriting, you know. That's why I always try to write whether something I done been through, especially something my grandma done said, something my mama done said, uncle, you know, any elder that I came up around that just have little phrases that they used to say. You can make a whole song about that and people gonna connect with it. It's gonna instantly connect because they done heard their grandma say it. They done heard their mama say it. They done heard their uncle say that before. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now, as an artist and a writer, when did you start writing? And did you start writing for other individuals?
Okay. I had to go back. I started writing 16, 17, 10th grade. Like I said, I had a studio, this small studio in my mama's house. Everybody used to come through, the whole neighborhood, the whole high school. Like, I don't know where my mama got the patience from, but I figured, looking back now, I figured she was like, as long as y'all in here and I can see y'all and y'all ain't out there breaking in no houses, ain't selling no dope, ain't robbing nobody,
right?
It's all right. And looking back at that, that had to be what she was thinking back then.
Of course.
And everybody, and the thing about it, every artist that I work with, everybody used to come to my mama's studio. Everybody's still alive and free right now. That's a good thing about it.
Oh, definitely.
So, Kay, what's the next song we got lined up for Big Kutty?
You know what? Watch this right here. Check this out.
Okay.
Now, I try to treat everybody right, especially my woman. That's just the way my mama taught me. But you know, you can't lay down and let folks walk all over you. You gotta stand up at some point. Listen to this. I treat you good, show you nothing but respect. Go to work and bring you my whole check. Here you go, baby. I love you good, give you just what you want. When we up in that bed. Well, that's good and all, but when I tell you now, you ready to walk out the door. And I'm so appalled, got my brain in a fog, and I ain't taking it no more. So look here, if I keep your finance fed and bank account out the red, you ain't gonna treat me like the end piece of bread. I ain't going for that. Keep pushing me away, but you gon' need me one day. You ain't gonna treat me like the end piece of bread. I don't think so. And one of these days you gonna realize that what you had was a good thing. Good thing. And you can't run back to me. I won't have no sympathy. No. I'm sorry you done missed this train. My, you done lost your mind. You done went and really did it this time. You done really lost it. I'm saying bye, bye, bye. Hope you have a good life. I'm going to find somebody that's gonna treat me right. If I keep your finance fed and bank account out the red, you ain't gonna treat me like the end piece of bread. No, keep pushing me away, but you gon' need me one day. You ain't gonna treat me like the end piece of bread. And one of these days you gonna realize that what you had was a good thing. What you had, and you can't run back to me. I won't have no sympathy. No, I'm sorry you done missed this train. Go ahead now. I wish you nothing but the best in life. But it's without me.
I like that one.
Appreciate it, sir.
Amazing.
Yes, sir.
And piece of bread.
And that's it. Now, Daryl Simmons has a question out of the comments, and he says that what female in Southern Soul would you like to do a ballad with only one. Like choose one female that you would love to do a song with.
I already got it.
You already got it.
Kanisha Fairley. I already got it.
Oh, that's a good choice right there. That's a great choice right there. Kanisha can blow. You hear
It's
me?
already done. It's already done.
It's already done. Oh,
Let me tell you how that went. But first before I tell you that story, the end piece of bread, I'm gonna throw this out into the universe right now, man. My wish, my dream for that song is for CeeLo Green to jump on it. Now, do y'all remember CeeLo Green's song "F.U."?
Yeah.
Is that not Southern Soul?
Yeah. A lot of his songs people listen to it. They listen to it, especially the production. The production is definitely in the genre of Southern Soul. It's definitely that.
But as far as Miss Kanisha, man, we was on a show together back in early June, and I've been wanting to meet her. And she got off stage. We both performed. She got off stage, and I was asking about a feature, you know. And she let me know what the price was and everything. I said, cool. I said, when can you do it? She said, when you want it done? I said, my studio is like 5 minutes from here. Let me tell you how much of a professional this girl is. Got to the studio. I had already laid out my parts, everything, the hook and everything. Got to the studio. She wrote her verse, recorded her verse. I think it may have been 45 minutes. And we was done. Very professional. She's a hell of a songwriter too.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is.
And can sing like nobody's business. So
she can. Kanisha is one of those hidden jewels.
Yes.
That, you know what I mean? And she's about to really kick the door open for herself real soon. We've had Kanisha on a few times because she's just that talented and musically inclined. She produces, she writes, you know what I mean? And Daryl Simmons want to know, when will it be available? When will that song be available?
That's gonna be one that's probably gonna come in the fall time. It's kind of like almost like a wedding song, but a sad wedding song. I don't think nobody actually played at a wedding, but when you hear this song, you're gonna think of a wedding. But things ain't going the way you think it's gonna go. You know, so that's what that song is about.
Now, what do you think about Southern Soul keeping love and relationships alive and through the music?
Well, I'm gonna give you my honest opinion.
Okay.
I think Southern Soul could use more love right now. Just from what I've been hearing, I don't really hear nobody singing to that special woman. You know, I think Southern, it's some love in it. You know, I got a few love songs on my album, but we need more love. Because if you go back and listen to the forefathers, you know, everything, that's all they sung about is love. You know, they sung about getting their woman back. Right now, it seems like we making songs about, you want to leave, go ahead. I'll get another one. You know, not really fighting for that relationship, you know. And matter of fact, the song me and Kanisha got, it ties into that too. The song is called Make Sure. You know, if you're ready to go, make sure. Like really make sure, because there ain't no coming back, you know. So I think we need, that's my opinion from listening to what's been going on in Southern Soul. I think we got it, but I think it could be a whole lot more love. Because what I don't want to happen is for Southern Soul to turn into the rap game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
It needs to stay authentic. It needs to stay, you know, what it's been, what it stands for. You know, it's soul music, it's love music. You know,
but hasn't it always been about the storytelling with the blues? You know, things you know going on, right?
Yeah. And so that's why the music back then connected with so many people, because we all have been through that heartbreak. We done been through trying to get our woman back. We might done messed up. We trying to get our woman back. And nowadays, you know, the younger generation say you're lame or whatever for fighting for your woman. I don't believe in it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So more love, man. Yeah, I think it use more love, definitely.
I've always said that Southern soul and blues is the blue collar man's genre of music, because it talks about everyday life, everyday existence. You going to work all day, you know what I'm saying, and you got your family, and then some got the this what they used to say back in the days was the mistress. Now it's the side piece or side chick or whatever, and you stuck in the middle. You know what I'm saying? You're working, you're stuck in the middle. You got one at home and one in the street. You're trying to balance this, you're trying to balance that. You know, it dealt with a lot of things that individuals were going through during that period of time. And Dow Simmons said, "Don't give up too much information on that new track with you and Kanisha, because he's waiting for it." So, but I also feel that this younger generation of individuals who are coming up in Southern Soul now is really taking the torch, like yourself, Bree Wooten, Too Smooth, you know, some Prince Quinn, Lady Red Top,
definitely
Kanisha,
BJ.
Definitely following a path that was set by a lot of individuals that came through. And to me, I salute y'all for keeping it alive. And because it used to be looked at as an older generation genre of music. Now that y'all have taken the torch and running with it, it's expanding a whole lot, and it's touching a whole lot of people. For those who have not had the experience of, you know what I'm saying, going south, and because it's mostly in southern areas, of hearing Southern soul, it's a life changer. You know, I always go back to the experience of leaving New York and having to move with my grandmother in Mississippi and going to the club. Now, going to the club in New York was different. In New York, we were playing the hip hop. You waited for that red light special where you can get your little dance on with the female. When you get to Mississippi back there in like 90, 91, you go, they wasn't carding, so you didn't have to worry about being 21 and up. You go to the bar, you get your quarter beer, you get your pint, half pint, and go sit down. There wasn't no mixed drinks during that period of time. And you didn't have a whole lot of varieties. You had Seagram's Gin or Canadian Mist. Now, pick your poison.
That's right.
Wait. You know, you missing one. I know y'all had that corn down there. You missing that.
But they had the corn, but they didn't sell it in the club.
They sell it out.
That was outside.
You had to go to the back. Had to go to the backwood.
You had to go to the back for that. But I noticed how certain songs that were being played during that period in time, it was always the red light special. It was always something where you can dance and slow drag. You know what I mean? That's what we used to call it back then, slow drag. It was not a point in time where you couldn't hit a song, and all you had to do was, if she patted her foot, all you had to do was point at her and point at the dance floor, and she'll meet you there. Didn't have to know her, didn't have to nothing. So, and from that point on, I ain't gonna go no further, but from that point on, if it was the right song and that Seagram Gin kicked in,
that's why Granddaddy had 2 more families across town.
That's why Granddaddy had 2 more families across town.
And see, that was another blues song.
That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Ron Shiffer, man. What's going on, Ron?
What's going on, Ron? And that's why, like, if you listen to, like I said the other night, Crosscut Saw was my favorite song coming up. Crosscut Saw. Man, it talked about that. You know what I'm saying? Throw me off in that woods. Throw me off in that wood, and that was it, you know. But as Daryl Simmons says, wait now, much respect to the OGs for keeping this music alive for these youngins. LOL. That's why they know about the genre. Indeed. And they had to pass the torch. Had to pass the torch. And
I have to say, bro, through the course of the years from listening to different blues, from B.B. King to Albert King to Bo Diddley and all that. Grandma always played BB. No matter where I was, I always heard a BB King song with grandma, right?
Right.
My elder brother, when it got into the soul, started coming from the Sam Cooke. My mother was Sam Cooke, then started transitioning from Sam Cooke to Johnny Taylor, where my brother was teaching. There's two songs I really love by Johnny Taylor, but the one that I really love the most is Running Out of Lies.
Yeah.
It's just something about that music. When that music first dropped, boom, 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 boom. It was like, because when I played in my studio, I put that bass on it. Good God Almighty, you hear it, you feel it. And then when Johnny come on with that note, it's all over. It's all over.
But the music itself was always about that, you know what I mean? About that soul, that feeling, you know what I'm saying? That feeling, that love, that, you know what I'm saying? That heartache, whatever the case may be. And I think that's the reason why songs like you're making now, it resonates with people, because you're talking about things that they can relate to. And to me, that's major when it comes down to music, that the audience can relate to the artist.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey, K, let's get into one more of his songs, K.
All right, let's run it. We're going to do this right here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm caught in your web of love. The more I struggle to get out, the more it pulls me in. Yeah. I'm caught in your web of love. The more I struggle to get out, the more you pull me in. Yeah. I wasn't looking for love. I was looking for a good time.
Rock the block.
I wasn't trying to lead nobody on. Wasn't trying to waste nobody's time. That's when you entered the room and you caught my eye. Yeah, you caught me by surprise. I couldn't believe my eyes. And as the story goes, the rest is history. 'Cause ever since that day, it's just been you and me. I'm caught in your web of love. The more I struggle to get out, the more it pulls me in. Yeah, I'm caught in your web of love. The more I struggle to get out, the more you pull me in. Oh yeah, girl, I'm caught up in your web of love. Girl, your love got me spinning round and around I go. Every time I think that I'm doing fine, I think I'm moving forward, but you're always pressing rewind. What you doing to me, girl? I just don't understand. But sometimes I wonder, was this all part of your plan? I'm caught in your web of love. The more I struggle to get out, the more it pulls me in. Yeah, I'm caught in your web of love. The more I struggle to get out, the more you pull me in. Yeah. Baby, I'm caught up in
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
hey, shout out to my
Fire,
brother.
fire.
Shout out to my brother BJ Moosway, man. We were just speaking of we need more love. Me and BJ, if we're gonna do nothing else, we're gonna sing about some love. You hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes,
He
sir,
got
man.
the girl, I'm in love with you. Hey, we're gonna hold it down to love. Don't worry about it. We're gonna hold it down.
Hey, I tell you, it's crazy, man, when you sit here and you listen to the music like the web of love, because growing up, music taught you how to relate to, you know what I'm saying, the opposite sex or the individual that you was trying to date. And you listen to that one song and you can play, we used to play it in the background when we used to be on the phone, you know what I'm saying, trying to set the mood and set the tone.
Yeah.
And I feel like Web of Love is one of those songs that you can definitely do that with. And it's helping a lot of people realize what they have or what they're trying to get.
Right. Appreciate
now, Big Kutty, like, what is Big Kutty looking to accomplish with his music as far as going forward in the future?
Longevity. I'm gonna do this. I'll do this for free the rest of my life. I love music that much, so I don't set out to accomplish a certain. I mean, of course, we all got goals in life. We want to do this, but things don't always work out the way we want to. You know what I mean? But on the other hand, I'll do this forever for free if I had to. That's just how much I love it. You know. But my goal is to reach people, is to touch hearts, is to write music that people can relate to, music that can get somebody through something that can help somebody get back together with their woman or with their man. Of course, I want you to have a good time too. I want to make music that makes you think back to when I was at grandma's house at 6 years old and this happened. You know what I mean? Just making people, just connecting with people in a way where they feel like I'm telling stories that relate to them, and that almost makes them feel like they're connected to Big Kutty somehow. Like, hey, I went through the same thing. That happened at my grandma's house. You know what I'm saying? This happened when I was this age, you know, that kind of stuff. That's the kind of music I want to make and touch people with.
Definitely. Now, how do you feel about music being able to change or affect people's moods?
It's the universal language, man. I can go back to any point in my life, you know, any significant point in my life, and I can tell you what song was out that year, or what song I listened to the most during that time. It's crazy. I can go back. I told you earlier my favorite rapper was Notorious Big. I can tell you the first time I heard Big Papa on the radio, and exactly where I was at and what I was doing back in 1994. I was sitting out in the yard, in my grandmother's yard, in her truck with the key switched on, listening to the radio.
Right.
And that's the first time I heard Big Papa. And it was amazing. And that was what going on 30 years ago. You know?
Yeah.
So music just does that, you know. It just connects with people.
Right. Because I was looking at and wanted to know, like, with your collaborations and listening to Web of Love and the collaboration that you have with Kanisha, you feel that you would like to collab with, that you know that if they was on a song, it'd be a game changer?
Of course, I'm gonna throw the obvious out there, man. King George. That's definitely life changing, game changing. But at the same time, man, I'm a fan of working with who I want to work with. Who I want to work with, who I'm a fan of. Which not to say I'm not a fan of King George, but When I'm a fan of somebody that I can see, that I can touch, such as a Kanisha, such as a BJ, that I can bring into my studio and vibe out, you know.
Right.
Me and BJ did the song. We sat in the studio for another 3-4 hours talking, you know, just vibing, you know, getting to know each other. That was my first time meeting. I met him at a show, and we got together and did the song probably about a week later. And we just sat there and vibed in the studio. I started mixing on it, you know, stop, you know, talk. Same thing with Kanisha. She found out that, we both found out that she was best friends with a sister that I have on my dad's side. So just sitting there after we got done with our song, sitting there talking about it. You know, they both, Kanisha and BJ, both are some of the most talented professional artists that I've met so far. You know, since I've been doing Southern Soul. Down to Earth is just, I told BJ, boy, you make my equipment sound better than, make my equipment sound like it's sounding better or something. You saying so damn good. He just tripped. But yeah, man, I'm a fan. If I'm a fan of yours and I can reach out, because there's so many talented people around here, man, that get looked over. And if I think you're talented and I want to work with you, you know, especially if you're around here in this vicinity, especially in Mississippi, you know, I want to work with you, man. It ain't always about the big names. It's about, I got to feel it. I mean, I don't know too many big name artists that touch my soul like Kanisha or BJ. You know, it just is what it is. They got it. BJ is him and Kanisha is her.
That's it.
You know what I mean?
That's the lock in right there. That's the lock in right there.
Yeah.
You know. But Big Kutty, you know what I'm saying? I hate to cut it, but we coming to the end of the show. And I want to let you know that it was a pleasure to have you on. And
Likewise, brother.
The music is amazing. You know
Appreciate
what I mean? And looking forward to your ascension in Southern Soul. Your growth.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? But right now I want to give the people opportunity to be able to book you for a show. Let them know how they can book you, where they can get the music, where will they see you next? How can they get any merchandise? How can they get studio time? You know what I mean? Let's really get into it. Let them know how they can get in touch with Big Kutty.
If you want to get in touch, of course, I'm on Facebook, Instagram, all the socials. Big Kutty with a K.
Right.
For booking, you can email bookbigkutty at gmail.com. Studio time is Ultra Vibe Recording Studios. You can get in contact with me via Facebook or Instagram for any studio time. Inbox me. As far as merch, I don't have any merch for sale right now. I do merch myself. You know, whenever I have a show or something, I do some merch, you know, as far as performance attire and stuff like that. But as far as full-fledged Big Kutty apparel, that's not a thing quite yet. I'm sure it's coming. What else? I want everybody to go to subscribe to my YouTube. I have the video for my the first single I released, which is called Love, featuring Francis. We shot a video to that and released it back in April. I also got another video to a song I got called Going Out Tonight that we released about a month ago as well. Getting ready to shoot the Put On Some Blues video and the No Hair video, because I've been getting a lot of spins on the No Hair. We're just trying to find an actual salon for that one and some actresses. And of course, the little old lady that's saying, a man ain't never asked her for no hair.
And I love that. I love that right there. But I tell you, bro, anytime that you have anything, music, shows, or anything you want to promote, hit me, bring you back. We promote
Okay.
it right here on Real2reel360 because
Okay.
everyone who comes on Real2reel360 becomes part of
Okay.
Real2reel360 family. So
Appreciate
we
it.
salute, man, and
Appreciate
we
it, man.
appreciate their work, man. But big bro, you know what time it is, man.
Yes, indeed. True indeed. We'd like to thank everybody for tuning in to Real to Real 360, along with our special guest, Big Kutty, in the building. Fantastic, my brother. Fantastic, man. Your
Appreciate
music
it.
is great. Like my brother said, man, we wish you nothing but more success as your journey to climb forward and move forward. And only time you need to look back is look back on the greatness that you had started with to move forward even more. All
Yes, sir.
right. Ladies and gentlemen, all this that you heard will be aired again on our sister station, PUSO 82.3 FM out of Ohio, or streaming on Live 365. Also, his music will be uploaded on our radio station, the Real to Real 360, on Live 365 as well. We'd like to give a big shout out to GC. But I say it right, job, GC.
GC Radio Connect
Yeah.
out of Mississippi, where this show will be streaming in 52 different countries. Also, 3C TV.
3C
It will
TV.
be, you know what I'm saying? The video will definitely be out there, aired on 3C TV, and we will give you the time and date and where you can rewatch this show.
All right, all right. Also, we like to say once again to all of Southern Soul, we lost an angel,
Yeah.
lost a great jewel of Southern Soul, the one and only Miss Pat, the Lady of Soul. We love you.
Yes.
You will forever shine in our hearts, and may your music be the memory that we dwell on and cast on and remember you by. She was a phenomenal person, a great woman overall, and we certainly gonna miss her.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, bro?
I was just going to tell Cuddy to hang out for about 2 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it. Well, we have our time is up. We're about to get up and get out of here, but we appreciate you for tuning in. We'd like to thank our followers, subscribers, and our listeners. Also, for everybody that supports Real to Real 360. We are celebrating 4 years. 4 years of Real to Real 360. We still going and kicking it. And we will see you again and again. As long as you pushing, we gonna push with you. All right. Let's make it happen, man. Teamwork makes the dream work. So all these young artists that are coming out now, people show your love and support. You understand what I'm saying? Because it takes a nation. It takes a nation to make matters move. All right. I'm DJ K Wise Allah on behalf of my brother Joshua Miller Law, Mr. PhD. We are Real to Real 360. Again, we salute you. We out of here. We'll see you. Hold tight, Big Kutty. Peace, y'all.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, we starting to come to the end of the show. Right now, I want to take the time out and thank our guests for coming on. Also, too, we want to make sure that y'all listening and subscribing, and tell a friend and keep sharing, because we're going to keep bringing y'all the real content. You know what I mean? So, DJ K Wise, my brother, take us up out of here, son.
True
Peace.
I want to give a big shout out to the nation of gods and nurses, and to all the human families on the planet Earth. I say peace. But to our subscribers, those who continue to watch and listen to the show each and every time we come on, I give a big shout out of love, peace, and happiness to you. To peace, the man, woman, and child of the you and I verse. It's time for us to disperse. We bring the best, not the worst. We thank you once again for tuning in to the Real 360. Bring a friend to hit that like and subscribe, so we continue to grow, to bring more knowledge and wisdom to you. Upon our show, you make it possible for us to do what we do. Now it's time I end it just